We're going to open today with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll now have the invocation by our post chaplain. Eternal God, we thank you for this hallowed soil. Make us worthy to repay you, guard our heritage of pride for all the years to come. Remember of these our dead, may we pledge our love of the land and the same salutes and the same devotion. And O Lord, secure to us evermore the peace for which our comrades died. Amen.
Amen.
Have your attention over my right shoulder is the black flag. The black flag stands alone. That symbol is a constant reminder of those who never came back. The black flag stands alone, so they shall never be forgotten. The black flag will always stand alone until each and every one of our POWs and MIAs have been accounted for.
Amen.
It is our honor to have our guest speaker again this year, Joseph O'Leary.
Thank you, Lance. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
It's my pleasure to welcome you to our ceremony once again as we celebrate Memorial Day 2023 and honor our fallen heroes. You know, we live in strange times. Our political environment has gotten so hostile, so toxic, that I find myself actually sometimes losing faith, losing hope for our great nation. And I'm not alone, ladies and gentlemen. I just read a poll recently that says only 1 out of 5 Americans trusts that our government will do the right thing. 1 out of 5. But can you blame us? I mean, look what's going on in Washington right now. There's a big brouhaha. And what are they fighting about? Sound fiscal policy? No. The big fight, the reason they're butting heads is they're trying to figure out the best way to raise the debt ceiling so that we can borrow more money and make our payments on a debt that we can't afford to pay in the first place. Am I the only one who thinks that's kind of crazy?
Nope.
And how are these politicians conducting themselves? Are they conducting themselves with dignity, with honor? I don't think so. They lie, ladies and gentlemen. Newsflash, politicians lie. The Republicans say it's those gosh darn Democrats doing the lying. The Democrats say, oh no, it's those gall darn Republicans doing the lying. I say they're both right. In fact, it reminds me of the old joke. I'm sure you've all heard it. There's 3 kinds of lies: lies, damn lies, and statistics. Well, that's especially relevant right now because it seems to be the vogue in Washington that you change the definitions you use about the topic you're discussing. Then you find some numbers, some statistics that are going to support your position based on the new definition. And now you can pretend you're telling the truth about it. But it doesn't work, ladies and gentlemen. We know. When they tell us, boy, the economy's humming right along, everything's great, unemployment's at a 40-year low, we know that's a lie. We know with inflation, people are struggling to put groceries on the table. We know that wages are stagnating. We know the reason unemployment is so low is nobody wants to work anymore. And yet, it goes on and on. In fact, it's gotten so bad that if a Washington politician tells me it's raining outside, I'm going to look out the window before I grab an umbrella. But this is Memorial Day. This is a day of remembrance. This is a day of pride and hope. So I want to share with you 3 statistics that do not lie, that cannot lie. The first is 1,185,596. That is the number of men and women who have died while on active duty with the United States military since 1776. These men and women, they were believers. They believed in the promise of America. They believed in the future of America. And they proudly gave all, their very lives, in service of this great nation. The second statistic is 41 million. 41 million plus is the number of men and women who have served in the United States military during that same time period. These men and women were also believers. They showed up every day, willing to make that ultimate sacrifice, willing to fight and die for our country. The third statistic I would like to share with you is 235,592. That is the number of men and women on active duty right now in the United States Armed Forces today as I speak. Every one of them either in harm's way already or willing to go into harm's way at the drop of a hat. And ladies and gentlemen, when I think about these men and women, I think about their courage and their dedication, their sacrifice. I find my faith renewed, my hope restored. I find that these statistics don't lie. They tell a profound truth. And the truth is that there is honor in America. There is dignity. There is hope for the future. It can get better. It will get better. And so as I stand here today, if there's any of you feeling the way I've been feeling, let us all take hope. Let us all puff our chests out a little further, lift our chins up a little higher, and let us all thank God that we're Americans.
Amen.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you, Jay.
It is now my great honor and privilege to read a roll call of the departed. Charles H. Brown, Henry R. Udrop, Joseph P. Embelot, Arthur Friedrich, Gustav A. Gustafson, George E. Loosemore, Russell Loosemore, Gustav A. Lundberg, George E. Marcotte, Edward G. Mellon, Ernest Mellon, Agnar Nordquist, Herbert F. O'Connell, Arthur G. Oman, Ludwig Ost, Gustav Peterson, John Ross, Ivan B. Rylander, Alex C. Butz, Julian G. Anderson, Raymond R. Barnett, Thomas Bean, Richard Beasley, John Corrigan, Frank Giesler, Mylan L. Dodge, Robert Dove, Edwin A. Ellison, Roderick J. Emblad, Fred J. Erickson, Ivan E. Erickson, John Jack L. Erickson, Lawrence R. Erickson, Leon Erickson, Roy Hansen, Elwood Hoffman, Joseph F. Yanda, Eleanor O. Johnson, Ronald Kovala, Harvey Lindahl, Marvin Lindahl, Clyde J. Lohman, Earl Lundberg, Lyle Lundberg, Lawrence Magnet, Francis J. Marcotte, George E. Marcotte, Raymond Marinich, John D. McComb, John G. Nankervis, Peter O. Norman, Jack O. Connell, Odie Olson, Willis Olson, Erning J. Peterson, John Peterson, Arnold Roth, Eli Sari, John Snyder, Charles Ray Van Buren, Douglas W. Vivian, Carl Warnick, David Sella, George Edwardson, Glenn Erickson, Melvin Erickson, Oscar Erickson, Walter Erickson, John J. Hill, Judas A. Mangrum, Gerald Marshall, Glenn Marshall, Charles Mink, Norman A. Roth, Philip J. Scarpace, Ralph Van Wagner, John Ward, Morgan Edwardson, Carl Gipp, Philip Nankervis, Arthur Hubler. Please join me in a moment of silence for our departed. Thank you. Honor guard, pin hit. Commander and flying squad, salute our departed heroes.
Put. Port arms. Right face. Ready. Aim. Fire. Aim. Fire. Aim. Fire. Port arms. Left face. Present arms. Bugler, sound off. Firing squad, quarter arm.
Parade
Parade press.
We'll now have the benediction.
May the strength of God sustain us. May the power of God pursue us. May the hand of God protect us. May the weight of God correct us. May the love of God go with us. Amen.
Amen.
This concludes our ceremony. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming out and participating with us this special Memorial Day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And this concludes our ceremony at the Skanee Cemetery. Thank you for watching. It was a moving ceremony, as always. Thank you for watching.